what we want to do next, where we want to go from this. We've reached this point. We've had the Shanghai Quartet. We've had the American Quartet. We've had Tony Elliott come, Anthony L. from University of Michigan. We've had members of the Detroit Symphony come and work and teach with our children. We've had amazing, amazing blessings to sustain and grow the program, besides just what we're able to do here. And a complete understanding on the part of most of our parents, and certainly on the part of our administration and teachers, of what this means for them. It makes their jobs better. What we want to do now is to reach deeper into our own community and participate with other fine school programs and be able to develop a whole culture in Detroit of success and wide open spaces and unity in that success, unity in building our children. Right now we're exploring a concept. This is only an exploration. This is on the sketch on the back of your legal tablet place right now, of looking at our prime high school programs and a couple of our middle school programs in the public schools, and collaborating with Cornerstone, and a presentation perhaps called What is Terrific in Detroit. And all of them, the 3 high schools each playing a piece, and our own children playing a piece, everybody playing together, and having some Detroit Symphony people play with us and conduct us and present a program like this. That's the kind of thing we're doing, the interaction in it. So that we're not all isolated, we're not all working terribly hard on our own, but let's all unite it and bring it and show the world, frankly, that Detroit, in spite of the press and in spite of the terrific challenges we're facing, we're solving those challenges with our future, with our very future, with our children. And bringing hope and light in a vehicle that people probably wouldn't have thought would be the solution for Detroit. But we know the solution for Detroit and for America and for the world is our children. And we are doing this, a very effective vehicle, to build that solution, build those solutions as a major step to resolving some of the challenges. The children learn to think independently. They're learning to think together. They're learning to work independently very hard, and learning to work together very hard for a common goal. And that's called a concert. That is a concert. They didn't even know that's what they were learning. It's interesting to know that Dieter Zetsche, who was with us for a while here in Detroit and has been a builder of large, successful companies, himself is a viola player. And when he looked at his high-level people to work with him, high-level positions around his businesses, he looked for people who were practicing musicians, people he could play quartets with, or who played in ensembles. He looked for practicing musicians because they thought out of the box, could think quickly on their feet, and could work together. That's something very important. Somebody like that, in those positions, is looking for people who do exactly what you learn in music. So there's success out there. There's not only mention scholarships and open doors.
What advice would you give to a student who is trying to find their way, maybe through the arts, maybe through academia, that might encourage them to pursue the arts, to maybe address some issues in their life? And I preface that by saying a lot of times, for these arts programs, it becomes more than just I'm learning to play the violin. It really becomes a ministry for these kids, depending on whatever's going on in their life. I don't know, can you speak to that?
I mentioned earlier how I have MS, and a lot of people that would really knock down, especially if they're used to doing the things I used to do. I used to run 60 miles a week. I ran a couple marathons. I used to play my drums for a lot of people, but now I couldn't do it anymore because I was dropping my sticks. I used to live a very narcissistic life. I did everything for the arts and just for the enjoyment of life. And then I got hit with MS, and everything changed. But my friends in New York said, Dennis, MS with you doesn't mean multiple sclerosis. It means my strength. You found an inner strength inside that's propelled you to be much more of a person than you ever were when we knew you, when we used to hang with you. Well, the thing is, that's changed me because I've had to rely on God instead of myself. I no longer can do the things I used to do, so I rely on my relationship with the Lord. really leaned on him, learned how to lean on him, learned about the reality of him in my life and how he could take me to whole different levels. And he does. Trusting him to take me where he's created me to be has just made immense differences in my life. And I share that with these children every day in different ways, in small conversations, in little things I say with them, but I share with them the truth of his word and how it's changed me and so many others. So I try to get them to trust that, his guidance, because nothing can guide them like he can guide them. They may not know where they're going. Their friends surely are not going to steer them probably because they don't know. But the one who created them and everything else has a plan for each of them. And I try to tell them that every day.